let's be honest, the world feels a little shaky right now. You've got geopolitical tensions with Russia and China, you've got figures like Donald Trump making waves, and through all this uncertainty, the price of gold has gone through the roof, hitting all-time highs. It seems like everyone is running to it for safety. So let's dive in and figure out what is really going on.
And when I say through the roof, I am not kidding. Just look at these numbers. Since Donald Trump's election, the price of gold has surged a massive 85%. It has left other assets, like stocks, completely in the dust. A rally like this, well, it gets everyone's attention.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? Is now the time to jump in? But here's the thing. The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It totally 100% depends on why you want to own gold in the first place. So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. We're going to look at why governments are suddenly buying up so much gold, whether it can actually protect you from inflation, its role as the ultimate doomsday insurance, if it can make you rich, and finally, the right way to buy it, if you decide it's for you. Okay, first up, why are governments suddenly stockpiling gold like there's no tomorrow? Well, a huge piece of this puzzle goes back to something that happened in 2022. That's when Western governments froze Russia's foreign currency reserves because of the war in Ukraine. And that move sent a massive shockwave through the world. It was a clear signal to every other country. If you keep your savings in another country's currency, it can be taken away with the stroke of a pen. But physical gold, the actual bar is sitting in your own vault, that can't be touched by foreign sanctions. Now that's a huge deal for a central bank, but probably not the main worry for the rest of us. All right, let's move on to the reason you hear all the time. The big one. People buy gold to protect their money from inflation. The classic story everyone tells is about Germany in the 1920s, when hyperinflation made paper money worthless, but people who held real stuff, like gold, saved their families. And there's this great old saying that just perfectly captures gold's long-term magic. Now, it's not a literal scientific comparison, of course, but it illustrates a really profound truth. Over huge stretches of time, centuries even, gold has this unbelievable knack for holding on to its value, its purchasing power. So why? Why has gold been our go-to store of value for thousands of years? Well, it boils down to these four basic things. It's rare. It's almost impossible to destroy. It doesn't rust or decay. Humans find it beautiful, which gives it cultural value. And maybe most important of all, you can't just print more of it. Its supply is fixed, which means its value can't be inflated away by politicians. But, and this is a huge but, the story gets a lot more complicated in the short term. Just look at this. During that big inflation spike we all just lived through after COVID, gold's price did nothing. It actually went down. And get this, from 1980 to 2000, a